Actually, one final thing. So Reynolds was talking to his publisher, his agent, and Tariq walks in. And the agent was staring at Tariq. He seemed interested. So I'm wondering if his agent or his publisher will tell Reynolds to use Tariq's story, like he used Milgram's story. That's what I'm wondering about. Peace.
To this day,
Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Yes. What up, Bushido Spirit? Off the Top Reviews. Power Book Ghost. Season 1, Episode 5. The Gift of the Magi. Yes. This was a pretty terrible episode. Didn't really fuck with this episode at all. I don't like where this story is going. A lot of trashy, cheap drama. There was a couple things this episode that felt unearned. I felt like there wasn't a necessary build-up for that to make sense. The stuff was happening all over the place. Like, a lot of things happened. I was like, how the fuck? Why? In particular, what was going on with fucking Sax, man? Like, what? This man always fails forward. He always fails upward, man. He always stumbles into something. Like, I hate this fucking character. I hate him. I hate his guts. But every fuck up he makes becomes a benefit to him. Like, I dislike it. I dislike it, man. I dislike it. Fuck. Anyway, let's talk about this episode. I mean, let's just jump right into it. So, a lot of stuff happened this episode. I'm probably not gonna remember everything, but let's start off with the small stuff, right? Let's start off with the small stuff, okay? Let's start off with Zeke smashing Milgram. Like, where the fuck did that come from? Like, I mean, I know where it came from. Milgram was upset at Reynolds. So I thought they got over it, but I guess she saw that Reynolds had writer's block and was attempting to use her again to write his new story, and she didn't fuck with that. And Zeke, in some strange type of way, he finds a way to relate to Milgram. Talks about how people were only using him to come up. And Milgram feels the same way about Reynolds. And Reynolds used her in his story, and that was his most popular, his most famous book. And we see that outside of that book, he hasn't written anything substantial. This man is struggling. He is struggling so hard that he is stealing shit. He is plagiarizing Tariq. This nigga is plagiarizing a freshman, and he's supposed to be the teacher, a top writer. Every time this man come on screen, he's talking about how the black man should be great and 2 times better than everybody else. And he is stealing from a nigga he's teaching. That don't make no sense. Is Tariq that much of a genius? Is this nigga, is he that big brained? Is everything that Tariq write golden? Like, what's going on with that? But anyway, let's get back to Zeke smashing Milgram. So, I mean, Milgram, she just wanted to feel good. She was mad at Jabari. You know, Jabari already smashes his students. So why can't she smash hers too, man? It only makes sense, man. It only makes sense. It only makes sense, man. So now, I don't know what's going to happen with that. Obviously Reynolds will find out some type of way, and Zeke ain't the type of nigga that keeps his mouth closed, so he might talk about it. We kind of saw what type of he nigga was at the press conference. Doesn't know how to keep his composure to be cool. So yeah, Milgram fucked up. She fucked up big time. She fucked up. At least the students that Reynolds smashed graduated already. So I mean it is what it is, man. This episode was crazy. Last week was all about fucking. This week is all about terrible relationships. Last week, Drew smashed Evan. This week, Evan's like, I'm not gay, nigga, I'm straight. What are you talking about? What is this gay you speak of? Dick. I don't like dick. I like vagina. This man, Evan, just completely switched his style. He's playing the straight man now. And we all know he's not straight. And Drew is taken back by this. He like, what the fuck? You know, I'm all the way out here. I'm out the closet all the way. That was information that we didn't really have. I couldn't tell if Drew was out of the closet or not. But this week he revealed that his whole family knows about it. So I'm assuming that includes Lorenzo. So that's cool. That's cool. But I would have rather it been that storyline instead of this one. Because the current storyline is Evan is in the closet and he don't want to come out. And I didn't really get that from their interaction last week. I thought it was the other way around, but the show kind of tricked us. Well, it tricked me in particular. I can't really speak for y'all, but I was confused. I'm like, what the fuck? Because this man Evans seemed experienced. Like, he knew Drew was gay just by looking at him. He was out there hunting. What would he have done if Drew wasn't gay? He just blew his cover. So yeah, I don't know. I would have had rather it been the other way around, but it is what it is. We have this current storyline, and Evan's on the basketball team, you know, same as Zeke, and Zeke is Drew's cousin. So, and Drew tells Evans this, and Ev runs away. He knows what type of nigga Zeke is. Zeke cannot keep his mouth closed, which is why I said Milgram fucked up. So we will see what becomes of this relationship. And again, we are on the relationship hour, man. We are talking about fucked up relationships. Let's talk about Braden and Riley. So Riley is a spy, and she is trying to use Braden, but Braden is not giving her any type of information because Braden doesn't even know. He doesn't even know. I'm surprised that he didn't tell her he was selling drugs. She don't know about that. She don't know about that at all. And every time she tries to ask Braden about Tariq, he gets irritated. He gets kind of frustrated. Until eventually he's like, hey, chill out with this Tariq stuff. I thought you were my girl. So she's like, he's not giving me much. So let me drug him a bit and see if I can get more information out of him that way. But what ends up happening is that she drugs Tariq instead, which leads to what happens at the end of the episode. Tariq, in front of his father's grave, confesses to the murder, and Sax is there in the bushes, filming the whole thing. Lucky him. Sax always failing upwards. I hate that fucking character. Always. Which... I'm like, how the fuck did he even get there? Obviously, Riley shared locations with Tariq's phone, but again, how the fuck did Sax get there, man? I don't understand. Like, he was there waiting in the bushes. Like, where was he at the time of the call? Where is the cemetery, nigga? How the fuck? Help me make this make sense, man. How a failed attempt at getting information turned into a come up. Always with this nigga Sax, man. Just delete this nigga from the show, man. I'm tired of seeing him. He don't make for good storytelling, and he just ruins everything. Like, I feel like his family does, man. Get this nigga out of here. Get Nancy the fuck out of here, man. And I can't really say this is entirely unbelievable. Can't really say that. But the pacing is so bad this episode that it felt like it happened too quickly. Like, this nigga Tariq teleported from the party to the cemetery, and Sax teleported to where Tariq was. So I felt like we needed a couple more scenes cut in between that so it didn't feel like it was out of place or unbelievable. Like, how did Tariq not see this nigga filming? And it was dark. Like, how close was Sax to get the audio of all that? And Tariq must have been speaking super loud. I don't know. That shit, I don't fuck with that. I don't like where the story is headed. I don't like them giving Sax another W for no fucking reason. It was unearned. Why give this man a W? He hasn't done anything. He's failed. Like, Riley's just like him. She stumbled into this shit. She didn't intend to drug Tariq. She tried to drug Braden. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, Tamika wasn't going to testify anyway. Tasha wanted to take a plea deal. Sax shows Davis the video, and the two are at a standstill. They agree to help Tasha get off and put Tariq in jail. It's a win-win for both of them. Again, I'm not a fan of this at all. I'm just waiting for them to wrap this shit up as far as Tasha being in prison stuff. Because it's the worst part of this season so far, that Tasha shit. And I thought that we would get more scenes with her actually being in prison, but we really don't. We really don't. Like, that cell phone has ruined things. It's just lazy now. Like, all she does is call Tariq. We don't see anything as far as what's going on inside of the prison. Like, why even talk to that lady? Give her the morning after pills. I mean, hopefully that comes up later. Hopefully they utilize that later. I don't know. But as of right now, her shit is just boring. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing this courtroom drama stuff. I feel like it's going nowhere. Like we going around in circles. I felt like they should have wrote this shit better. Chop. The novelty is wearing off. Davis was an interesting ad, but I don't think he can even save that side. I think at this moment in time, the school stuff is way more interesting, which is just sad. But it's true. The school drama shit is way more interesting than that courtroom stuff they were trying to pull off. What else happened this episode? Some more relationship stuff. So Tariq pushes Diana away. He's aware that Diana is only there to get information out of him. It's a play that Monet made that Tariq saw coming a mile away. And it was sort of like a test. It seemed like a test because Tariq tells Monet that he knows that she sent Diana for that. And she seemed cool with it. She like, hey, my nigga, like, you know what's up. You smart. So yeah, I mean, they seem cool now. It looked like Monet is more trusting of Tariq because I guess she really wanted to know if he was able to maintain his operation, to see if he had the right mindset. She was trying to see who he would trust. Did he trust her or did he trust her children over her? So she was playing this game with him. He's past the game. We didn't see Lorenzo at all this episode, but I wonder what they're going to do with his threat to Tasha. Because I don't think Tasha told Tariq that Lorenzo threatened to kill him. I don't think he's aware of all of that. So obviously they're not just going to let Tariq go. He's making a lot of money for them. They're just not going to let him go anytime soon. And even if he wants to leave, they will find a way to keep him there. But his business seems to be in trouble. Tariq's business. So he ends up telling Braden what's going on. He tells Braden like, hey, here's who I'm getting the drugs from, blah, 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 blah. And this makes Braden happy because Braden was left in the dark. He kind of got upset by that. He felt like Tariq was shitting on him. So that was Tariq's way of making up with Braden. But they have a problem. So Braden's brother, at the end of the episode, we see him stealing their product. So I'm wondering what's going to become of that. I wonder how they are going to handle that situation. I wonder why he even stole the shit in the first place. Is it just because he likes to party? He wants to get high and not pay for it? Like, I mean, it's whatever. Also this episode, since the theme is relationships, we see Monet pushes away Ramirez. Ramirez comes through looking to get some booty, and she like, you getting a little bit too comfortable. You're just rolling up at our crib in broad daylight, not giving a fuck. You gonna ruin this for everybody. So she tells him to stay away, back off until I tell you to come back. And I like this scene leading up to that. I like or after that when he's leaving. I like seeing Tariq question Kane. Like, how you got this man on y'all payroll? Monet must be giving up something. She must be giving up a lot. She must be giving up a lot to have this top-notch, top-flight agent on her side. And Kane didn't really want to say what she was giving up, but he seemed upset by it. You don't want to tell a nigga you just met that some dude is smashing your mama. That's what she's giving up. She giving up ass for that information. You don't want to say that. So I found that kind of funny. That was cool. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the episode. We already know that Kane is a hothead. When he sees that Monet is trusting in Tariq, he starts to get upset. He already upset that Ramirez comes through, smashes his moms, and then bounce. And you could tell all that anger and frustration is leading to something. They don't show him randomly killing people without remorse for something simple, like the smallest thing, and to not have some major event happen based around that character. This man he's shoot first. So I'm expecting something crazy to happen. Maybe Kane is gonna kill somebody and get into a fight with somebody. Something like that has to happen. He is the level of unpredictability that we need to spicing things up a bit. Because even though a lot of shit is happening, it's kind of dragging. None of the stuff that's happening I'm really interested in, to be honest. Is there anything else that happened? I'm trying to remember anything else that happened this episode. Anything else? I think that's pretty much it. If I missed anything, just tell me in the comment section below. I'll talk about it in the beginning of next week's video. But yeah, how did y'all feel about this episode? Was it not that good? Because I feel like this was a pretty bad episode. A lot of shit that happened that I didn't agree with. I don't like the direction the story is going, like I mentioned before. I don't like that Sax has video footage of Tariq confessing. Like... I don't like that at all. I guess it makes sense. It makes sense for Tariq to be there. I mean, it is his birthday. It is Raina's birthday, so it makes sense that he would be at the grave. Hell, I don't even think you needed for him to be drugged or intoxicated. Like, I feel like him talking to the gravestone of Raina and Ghost would have been some shit he would have done sober. So I'm not thrown off by that. I'm thrown off by the fact that Sax just happens to be there. Like, why do that? I mean, yeah, it is what it is, man. I mean, Tariq wants to go under anyway. He wants to confess to the murder because he cares more about his mama being free than himself. And I mean, that's who he is. That's in his character. He's a mama's boy. So yeah, like I said, the stuff with Milgram and Reynolds, I don't really, I'm not too into, but I mean, it's heating up. It's fascinating. Things are happening. I never expected Milgram to smash Zeke. Like, she didn't seem like the type, but she's upset. Reynolds is driving her crazy, and she fucked that nigga last week. Like, I mean, it is what it is. I feel like I'm saying that a lot, but at this point in time, that's nothing else I could say. What's going to happen is going to happen. We just got to live with the consequences of whatever they plan on doing in the writer's room. The stuff with Drew and Evans, I don't really care about. I feel like there's too many relationships being built. I think they need to cut some of this, trim some of this fat. I don't think every major character in the show needs to be involved with somebody. And I know a couple of you last week mentioned that Kane and Drew seem close, and they do seem close. I just felt like I wanted it to head towards a collision. I wanted them to fight for the top spot. I'd rather have that than what we have currently. So I don't know. Hopefully something like that happens in the future, or something just as good as that. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I'm Bushido Spirit. Peace the fuck out. See y'all next week. How'd y'all feel about this episode? Was it great? Bye.